Hi, I just wanted to hop on really quickly and give a bonus tip about agenda setting. You may be wondering, why is she making so much of a fuss about agenda setting? And I'm offering more tips because agenda setting is something I see coaches just skirt by. And the interesting thing about a really well fine-tuned agenda is that it leads to transformation quicker. So I wanted to offer this additional tip to consider. In a mentor session that I reviewed a while ago, the coach asked, "So where would you like to start?" And this was after exploring 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3, topic, takeaway, importance, and skipped 3.4. And the client said, "Well, what do you mean?" 3.4 is asking about what needs to be resolved, what do we need to look at, what needs to be examined to get you to your goal today. Let's just examine what happened and also what could lend to the client being able to choose the direction in that moment, right? Because we really want to elevate 5.3, which is co-creation of the session where the coach is not doing all of the work. So in this case study, the coach did do, like I mentioned, one, two, and three, but when they left out 3.4, it left this kind of fuzziness for the client. So let's say in this scenario, the coach went ahead and asked that question, and the client had identified three stuck points. Okay, great. Now we have three avenues to go down. Then, true to pure coaching, the client's going to know the hot spot. So after and only after the stuck points are really brought forward, can the coach then inquire into, out of all those stuck points, which one would you like to start with? Which one's the most important? Which really shows how 3.4 can really elevate bringing 5.3 to life, which is co-creation, handing the session over to the client, letting the client lead. So in essence, there's four opportunities and ways to put the client in charge of their highest priority. In other words, what are the hot spots? Because the client knows and they're going to take you right to them when you engage in the full agenda setting process. So, in other words, what is the topic priority for the session direction? What is the takeaway priority that the client wants to achieve around that topic? And then what is the priority of the overall topic? What makes this the priority versus another topic? Like, why this topic? Why is this important? And then also, what is the priority of what needs to be looked at within the session? And then a fifth one, out of those priorities of what we need to look at, which one is the top one? So, lots of opportunities and ways that we can honor the client. We can invite co-creation in and this deeper exploration covering all these bases at a minimum. There's many more, but covering those bases sets the session up for transformation quicker. Happy coaching.